stay put right here. We got some special guests that dropped by to see us this afternoon. They are from Lee University. We're going to get to introductions here in just a second. We're going to talk about Lee University's AIM, Agents of Impact Mission, and we're going to talk about them and see what this is all about. I'm going to get all of my microphones set up here, and we're going to welcome in those guests here right now. Good afternoon, folks. How are y'all doing?
We're doing well. How are you?
Doing fantastic. Let's see here. We're going to make sure I got all three mics up there. What I'm going to start off with, let's just start off with introductions. I know there's four of you guys and ladies that's going to be talking here in just a second. But if you don't mind, we'll start to my far left, which we've already met in the hallway, but we'll officially do it on the air here now. If you'll just tell us your names, and then we'll come back and start the interview. Go ahead.
Yeah, hi, I'm Haley Tyson.
My name's Kiera Colson.
I'm Jonathan Davis.
All right.
And I'm Grace Allen.
All right, so you two, when we get you on, you got to get a little closer to the microphones there for me. So we're going to talk about Lee University AIM, and I mentioned that a second ago, Agents of Impact Mission. So who wants to be the one that kind of tells us a little bit about this to start off with? Who wants to be the spokesperson? All right, go ahead. We'll start with you.
Agents of Impact Mission is a club that we started last year. We soft launched it, but this is our very first semester. We go serve at the Boys and Girls Club through mentorship and coaching, and we're built upon consistency, compassion, connection, and community.
All right, so where did this idea come from? Maybe someone else who wants to kind of give us this idea, so go right ahead.
Yeah, both of us started working at the Boys and Girls Club.
Got a little closer to that blue mic there.
This one, okay.
Yeah, okay.
And we saw a need for Lee University students coming in and working with the kids there, and so we decided to fill that need with ourselves and our peers, and so we came up with this club and have been working with it since then. Now, is anybody that's out of the four of you guys, of course, maybe through middle school, high school, is this something maybe that someone had some impact on you and it kind of made you want to do something like this and do this yourself as you became adults? Is that something that maybe came to either one of you guys out there?
I know throughout my high school career, being able to provide my siblings the opportunity to learn and grow and have that connection, especially during the period of COVID, where so many of us grew up isolated during our high school years, connection and community is really important and something that we have to be focused on and consistent with in our generation because we didn't have that opportunity during our high school years.
I got you. So that doesn't make a lot of sense there. That's kind of putting a good cap on it there. So most of you were missing a few years in high school because of COVID, not having that interaction. And really, we kind of find out if you talk to teachers and educators and everyone that's in the education field, they pretty much say that there is this is needed. I guess is what I'm trying to say. Mentorship. There was a disconnect there for a few years. Kids kind of got to where they're, were alone more at home and things like that. So this gives an opportunity to get back out there, be more of an impact in the community and things like that. And the Boys and Girls Club is a great way to start there. And it's kindergarten through 12th grade that you guys are making this impact on. Is that right?
Yes.
All right. So let's start back over here with you. What do you like most about this?
So I'm actually the chaplain, the female chaplain,
okay.
And so I get to kind of help steward young females in their walk with the Lord, as well as just being able to become women that they're proud of, rather than just, they grow up in homes that are less fortunate, or even having examples that they, have like famous celebrities, or even just even through podcasts. And so just being able to help kind of create that mindset that they can do it, rather than just living in an atmosphere and a mindset that they can't. And so I love this. I'm actually a mentor myself, and so just being able to even just be intentional with one or more students is incredible, because they also get to have an older figure in which they also get to look up to, and also ask questions that they're afraid to ask even their parents, or even just kind of things that they're shameful of. They get to kind of express them and actually talk about them and learn and grow through those. So
same question to you. What are some of the experiences that you've learned from this thus far?
Absolutely. For me, it was definitely the community that comes through AIM, and all of us getting to come together for a vision and passion that we believe in, and just seeing those kids find that one connection. Because when kids are having that opportunity, and teenagers, to connect with someone where they see that they relate and they understand me, their entire world changes. They receive hope, and they receive peace, and they receive joy, and a brand new opportunity, and like she said, a mindset. Yeah. And so being able to just give those kids and teens that one connection, because we do it for the one kid. If we can save one life, then that's worth it. And AIM, it's not surface level. It's about getting to the deep, meaningful connections, and that's my favorite part about it.
All right, how about for you, sir?
Yeah, similarly, mine is all about the kids and about serving the kids. And so the most impactful part for me is seeing the students that we get to bring in, that we get to mentor ourselves and those peers both under us and in our class, that we get to bring into the club, to bring into the Boys and Girls Club, throwing events for them and giving them a place where they know that they're special, where they know that they're loved, and a place where we can love on them.
Okay, let's get you to step up to the mic and tell us about that for you.
I'm also a mentor, and just being able to see the impact that we can have firsthand on one kid is really cool. I also work at the Boys and Girls Club, and just being able to see the impact that we have through that is really cool. But definitely having an impact on one kid and seeing that firsthand is really, really cool. I so love being able to spend time one-on-one and be like, hey, what's going on? And just check in and be an older figure. Like Haley said, just to be somebody they can look up to.
They say, when you hear the words all the time, it takes a village to raise a child. And really, the Boys and Girls Club does a tremendous job with what they're doing, but have groups like you to come alongside them and even further that process, have that more one-on-one relationship like you guys are expressing, seems to be incredible and giving these kids a great opportunity. And a lot of times, it's single parents out there. The parents are doing the best that they can. They're working. Kids are hanging out, doing things after school at the Boys and Girls Club. Maybe it's times that grandparents are raising kids. They don't have a younger figure in their life. We're seeing that more and more where grandparents and even great-grandparents are raising young people. So it's great for them to have a connection with someone that they can relate to sometimes. Let's face it, sometimes a little tough, as you said, conversations with an older adult to kind of have that, but to have you guys there to say, look, I've experienced this myself recently in the last several years of my life, and this is kind of how I came out the other side. And then to spreading the word about Jesus and all those things becomes important along as well, because you just never know what you're going to say or way that you're presenting yourself is going to have an impact on them that's going to change their life maybe eternally. So I know that's something that you guys look forward to as well. Well, let's go back and talk about what you guys are doing there at Lee in the sense of how can people find out more information if we've got students listening in this afternoon or maybe parents of future students of Lee and they say, man, this is a great program. I'd like for my young person to be a part of this. How do they get involved? I mean, I'm sure there's easier ways to do that.
Number one, the best way to stay connected and updated with all the things that we're doing, whether you want to be a mentor or a coach, which coaching we haven't talked much about, which is another really cool aspect of AIM. Coaching is our aspect of bringing the Lee University culture to the Boys and Girls Club. So anything that college students are passionate about, whether that's tutoring, braiding hair, whether that's we have one mentor and coach who's doing a class on positivity. So anything that you're passionate about, you can bring it to the Boys and Girls Club and allow those kids to elevate their interest and be open to a brand new world. So college students that are either interested in mentorship or coaching, and we have a volunteer position, and that's where you don't have time to commit, but you just want to show up when you can. Sure. There's also a place for you as well. We have our first official meeting tonight at the SMC, which is the School of Math. I just forgot it. Science and Math Complex. I am not a math major. But it'll be in the SMC at 8 p.m. tonight. You can follow us on Instagram at agents.impactmission. And then we have a group me you can join as well. Also send us an email, which is aim@leeuniversity.edu.
One of the things I wanted to ask you guys, because we know Lee University brings people from all around. Can you guys go back down the line and tell me if you're from Cleveland or where you're actually from? If you don't mind, we'll start back with you.
Yeah, I'm from Manhattan, New York.
Manhattan, New York.
Yeah.
Wow. Mm-hmm. So how did you find your way to Lee from Manhattan, New York?
So actually, one of my best friends, she was planning on going to UTC, and I wanted to go to a small Christian school.
Right.
And so that was 40 minutes away from that college. And then I actually looked at Lee, and I wasn't interested when I first saw it. And then throughout the past couple of months, there was a lot of prayer and like a bunch of people I talked to from our church who actually went to Lee. Or even just people randomly on the streets that I was talking to about Lee.
Wow.
And so then I just decided to come here, and so yeah,
That's
been amazing.
incredible. We're glad you're here impacting our community all the way from Manhattan. How about you?
I'm from Sevierville, Tennessee.
Okay, so not too far up the
Yes.
road. So you probably, have you heard of Cleveland before
Yes,
you came to Lee?
I did.
You know, some people say, oh, there's, what, Cleveland, Ohio? No, there's another Cleveland besides
Yes.
that one. How about for you, sir? Where are you originating from?
Interestingly enough, I'm also from Manhattan, New York.
Wow.
And I
Did
found
y'all
out-
know each other before?
We did.
Yeah.
We did.
Okay,
So I
okay.
found out about Lee through Haley.
Yeah.
And so kind of came down, visited it, didn't expect to like it, and just fell in love while I was on campus. And,
Wow.
yeah.
We hear these stories a lot. And for you, ma'am, tell us, where are you from?
I'm from Nashville, Tennessee.
Nashville. So everyone here is not from this community, but you come to this community, you're planting seeds, I guess is the best way to say it, impacting young people. And I think that's kind of what Lee does. It draws people here, like from different areas that you guys have presented here to us. And then once you get there, the culture, you start thinking, you know what, I want to be a giver. I want to make a difference. And man, I can't tell you how proud we are to have you guys pouring into these young people's lives. And I think this is why we have such a great community is over the years, Lee has brought people from really all around the world. I mean, you guys have already experienced that, and they wind up staying and making a big impact in our community in different ways. And that's what you guys are doing today, and we definitely appreciate that. Before we get out of the interview, again, we're speaking with some folks that are here from Lee University, AIM, Agents of Impact Mission, that they're talking to us about, and getting us some information. We're going to come back down the line one more time and just tell us anything else that maybe we haven't hit on in the interview yet or that you feel is important. So let's go down the panel one more time.
Yeah, actually, one thing I wanted to mention. So I'm a psychology major. I want to go into trauma. And one of the biggest things that I've learned through the psychology program is about 60% of Americans believe that what happens to kids when they're younger doesn't affect them when they grow up. But we also have studies that show that's not true. And so through this club, we're able to also just like make sure that they have a positive impact and also just be able to create an atmosphere that's healthy for them to also just, again, like express themselves, ask those questions that are important. And even just become people they want. Like, we all come from different majors, and so also being able to talk to us about what we're going into is also just a great opportunity for them. So,
And I don't want to elaborate too much because we don't want to get too personal with some things, but what are some of the things, if you can put it in a broad spectrum, that you feel the young people are needing? Is it reassurance or just someone to say, hey, I'm here for you, to talk to? What are, in a broad spectrum, what are some of the needs you feel that you guys are helping with?
so those are actually two of the biggest things that we're hitting on, as well as, I believe, just like also being that, I don't know, like that safe person, because one of the biggest things in the culture today is no one feels safe, and so they kind of hide behind walls, whether they're emotional, mental, spiritual, or even just like personally putting themselves and locking them in a room. A lot of high school students, even middle school students, are hiding in their rooms the rest of the night and going and doing all these random things on the internet. And so just being able to be like, hey, there are actually other opportunities and other people who can help you figure out life. This is a great way in which we're able to kind of help achieve that. So
Very well said. Yeah, one of the things that we read a couple of weeks ago, and I was really blown away by this, is they say that teenagers these days would rather text than talk. Mm-hmm. And to me, that's a really big disconnect. Yeah. If I'd rather not be face-to-face with you and have a conversation, I'd rather grab my phone and text you instead of talk to you. We kind of got to get away from that, don't we? Got to get back to face-to-face interaction. And what you guys are doing, having that face-to-face time is such an important. Same question for you. Anything else you want to leave with the interview with it? Want to get out there?
Yes, to build upon Haley and to flow into one other point, we do train our members in trauma-informed care, so giving them the information and the ability to serve the kids through the psychological ways and the best ways to connect with them, whether that's how do you give them a fist bump, what is the best way to make them feel safe and get on their level, and different vocabulary words to use. And then also, I just wanted to say, like, we would not have been able to do this without Lee University believing in us and opening the opportunity for us to thrive and go after our passions and our purpose. And Alex Staub, Chase from the Leonard Center, Dr. Lamb, all of them have been huge supporters in our mission, and so we genuinely could not do this without Lee.
Wow, okay. You, sir?
Yeah, similarly, I've loved seeing the community that we've built, the people that are interested and who are also passionate about the things that we're passionate about. And so it's been so life-giving to me to see all the people that like choose to come to us and choose to see our mission and want to follow and do that as well, and just understanding that we're not the only people that want this. We're not the only
Right.
people that are striving to build this place.
You know, and sometimes what you all also hear during a conversation like what we're having is not only are you impacting these young people's lives, but in return, you don't even realize what they're giving back to you. I mean, at the end of the day, you're thinking, wow, I got as much out of this as I felt I was giving. And so that's something that's on the other side of that as well. We'll finish up with you. What do you want to leave us with?
I think one thing that AIM has just shown me is how important being a consistent person is, because that's one thing a lot of these kids don't have, and just a lot of like college, going from high school and just going through being a teenager to go into college is a huge change. It doesn't come with a lot of consistency.
Right.
It's
There's
a lot
no
of
manual.
new stuff, but it's a really, really cool thing that I'm very blessed to have the opportunity to be a part of, is just seeing how important consistency is for these kids, but not only for them, for all of us involved in this. It's really important, and I love it. It's great.
Well, guys, it was great to meet you. Great to have you here with us today on the radio and also on mixtv.tv. Again, Lee University AIM Agents of Impact Mission, doing great work and really changing lives and being mentors to the Boys and Girls Club members here, ages K through 12. Again, if you're interested in being a part of this with Lee University, and I'm sure you're probably also looking for community partners. I'm sure you're always looking for someone that may be a business or someone that can partner with you to help further the mission that you guys are wanting to get out there. They just need to reach out and be a part of this. I'm sure if you speak to anyone there on the Lee campus, they can point you in the direction that you need to go to. Again, we appreciate you guys coming in. We appreciate what you're doing. And that's why I asked you about where you were from, because it's important for us to know, as people, individuals that's in this community, that people come to Lee University from other places and pour into this community the way that you guys are doing. And that's what makes our community such a great place. Well, thanks so much. We appreciate it, and continue success. Maybe come back. And how many years or months has it been that this has been going on? Is this the first?
Our first year, we started December 1st, 2022.
22, okay.
Yes.
So it's been a little bit, but still growing and maturing, and you guys, I'm sure, have learned a lot in the
Yes.
last year and a half since that happened. Anything else? Because sometimes I look up there and somebody's kind of like, I wish I had said this before I left. Anything else anybody would like to say?
Well, I mean, a little plug. We are doing, like you said, with businesses and sponsors, we're doing a spring showcase
Okay.
for the kids, and it's going to be huge, and we are looking to bring the community together. So if there is businesses who want to collaborate and pour in to the Boys and Girls Club, because we've got some things we can't reveal yet.
Right.
But it's going to be exciting, it's going to be big, and I know you're going to want to be a part of it.
Absolutely. All right. So, see, I kind of felt like there would be some opportunities for people to come alongside you, especially with the message that you're trying to get out there. All right. Thanks so much for coming in. Hopefully, we'll see you guys soon. Come back and give us an update. Let us know how things are going.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
We're going to take just a quick break. We'll be back with more in just a moment. Stay with us. Mix 104.1.
Looking for the team.